India and Egypt are considering barter trade and credit line agreements to aid Egypt's struggling economy amidst foreign currency shortage. Will Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's tour of the northeast nation offer any reprieve to Egyptians? Here's a report from Cairo.
The Egyptian government is trying to counter high demand for US dollar via new sources of foreign currency. Many Egyptians complain they can no longer afford food or find jobs. This after the local pound lost half its value in January this year as compared to March last year. The currency lost its value following a third central bank intervention as part of an IMF loan agreement.
Prices are changing every day. Every merchant sells the goods for different prices. The problem is that we have no control over the markets. Markets should be controlled, as every merchant is selling based on their own prices.
India and Egypt are considering a proposal to initiate barter trade between the two countries, focusing on goods like fertilizers and gas. As part of the deal, India may extend a credit line worth several $1 billion to Egypt, which is grappling with a foreign currency shortage. The agreement is expected to be announced during Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Egypt. Under the proposed arrangement, Egypt would make purchases in Indian rupees, and bartering could be employed to settle debt by exchanging Egyptian products of interest to India.
Both President Sisi as well as Prime Minister Modi, they came in the places in 2014. So they came together at the same time. They share almost the same vision and the same priority of putting their countries first and trying to achieve development and trying to modernize their countries and to put them in the rightful place on the international stage.
The Indian Foreign Ministry is consulting with relevant departments to assess the demand for fertilizers and gas from Cairo in exchange of the credit line. India aims to diversify its fertilizer imports, especially after facing shortages and price surges due to export restrictions and increased prices imposed by China. While Egypt is interested in procuring wheat, among other items, India's wheat export bans make it unlikely for India to ship the grain. The details of the trade arrangement, including the companies involved and the specific commodities, are still under negotiation.
The potentials are there because even the 7 billion that we have reached last year was achieved in spite of the pandemic and in spite of the disruptions in supply chains because of the Ukraine crisis. So the potentials are huge. When it comes to investment also, investments in Egypt, Indian investments have reached 3.5 billion US dollars.
The focus will be on what will be agreed on when the Indian Premier tours the country, which is striving to stabilize its economy and counterbalance the impact of foreign investors, withdrawing around $20 billion from its financial markets. Bureau Report, WION World is One.